there has to be not easier because we're not looking for the easy way out, but we was like there has to be a more simpler way for us to still make money and still make money from the comfort of our home and be happy doing it. And we went into the venture of online and we looked to see, okay, how to make money online. I think that's like probably one of the top searches, which is how to make money online from home. We did the brick and mortar. We did the kneecap to kneecap. We did the appointment.
We did prospecting.
We did the prospecting.
Running your shopping cart into somebody at Walmart. Excuse me, do you live or work in the area?
Right.
Do you know anybody looking to bring in some additional income?
We did all of those things. Hey, what's up, family? We are the Entrepreneur Couple. My name is Felicia.
And I'm Dominique. And you're watching the Be Your Own Testimony podcast. And we are your host.
Facts. And then it's how to make money online from home without quitting your job. And that's the search that we was in.
That's what we're looking for the last 5 years,
right? And we went into everything. We went into e-commerce. We went into drop shipping. We went into t-shirt making.
We started t-shirt. I mean, there's a t-shirt business downstairs right now as we speak.
Right. We went into building a brand, a clothing brand, like
digital products, trading. So there's many different ways that you can get into, making money online, working from home. There's many different ways,
and they're everything that we mentioned were all great avenues. All of them.
Yeah, they work. They pay. And you can definitely do 6-7 figures and scale up in any one of them. You got to choose one that you like,
right?
Which is kind of what we want to cover today. Which is what are the top secrets? What are the top 3 secrets? Which is my interview part. What are the top 3 secrets that you found out that somebody needs to know when it comes to making money online, working from home without quitting their job? Let's start with where we were in 2015-16. We were 9-to-5 entrepreneurs.
9 to 5.
So what are the top 3 secrets a 9-to-5 entrepreneur need to know so they can make some money online, working from home without quitting their job? What's something you could tell them? Top 3 secrets.
Well, the first
number 1.
Well, before we do number 1, what's very important is understanding, who you are. That's very important because you don't want to start something and not be happy doing it. So, and that was a struggle for me.
What do you mean by that? Who do you are? Break that down.
Who you are. So it's like, it's easy for you to go online and say, okay, I'm going to look to see how to make money online. And then you find out, wow, a popular niche is animals. And you're like, okay, you know something? I'm going to go start a store and I'm going to sell animal things. But how does that bring out the passion in you?
Right.
How does that make you happy?
Yeah.
So if you were able to find something that not only you didn't mind doing to get paid for, but also made you happy, you're in a very good space.
Okay.
And in order for you to figure that out, you need to know who you are. And sometimes, you're at the bottom level of the Maslow hierarchy and you're like, yo, I'm for survival. So if this pet store is going to pay me, this is what I'm going to do. And that's fine too, because in the process, you'll figure out what you like and what you don't like, and then you'll be able to transition, pivot, and do whatever it is that you choose to do. So I would say, if you were able to, if brand new now, me being who I am, if I had a job, I was 9 to 5, and I wanted to be able to figure out how to make money online, I would sit down with myself and say, Felicia, what is it that makes you happy? What is it that you want to do, and try to go towards that way. Now, if we're on some, listen, just tell me what I got to do because I need to make this money. I would say you need to find a product that would sell very well in the marketplace, or you need to personally brand yourself.
I like that. And we could we're gonna give a little bit more details about everything. We'll talk about it.
So that's number 1.
So find a product
or find a way to brand who you are yourself, because that's a big thing now. It's a big thing about creating a personal brand.
Would you say that they would have to do both? They would have to find a winning product and brand themselves at the same time? Because there's people who do winning products and you don't even know who they are.
Right.
And there's people who do products and the brand and they combine them together. What do you recommend?
It's your choice. And that's why I say it's important to know who you are. It's important to know what you like, because you can go sell the puppy. You can create a puppy store. Your face don't got to show.
Right.
But then if you love puppies and you want to create a puppy store, but you want to be the face of this puppy store, that's fine
That's fine.
too.
That's more you're building a brand with it.
Right. But that's why you need to know who you are, what you like, what you want to do.
Now, when you say find a winning product,
Mm-hmm.
what are 2 to 3 things that
Mm-hmm.
somebody can do to go find a winning product? And what are 2 to 3 things they can do to find a winning product?
Google. Okay, Google is your best friend. And now there's Chat GPT. It's easy to go online and type it into Chat GPT. You know, what's the top 10 winning products in the United States that is in the health industry that I can possibly tap into to make over $1 million in scale?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like there you have the resources. What it is you got to go find it, search for it on Google or
Mm-hmm.
you know whatever resources out there in order for you to figure it out. So
I like that.
research is the number one thing.
I like that. If I would share something that said how to find a winning product, these
Mm-hmm.
are some of the things that you can do.
Mm-hmm.
These are some of the things that we did, and I'll
Right.
share them. One of the things that we did when we were finding winning products was find a product that solves a problem
Mm-hmm.
compared to finding a product that you like.
Right.
When you find a product that solves a problem, that means there's an immediate need for it. So you can look around, go to your favorite influencers' video posts, look at the comments, look at what people are asking, look at the questions people are asking. Another thing you can do is go to Amazon. Go to Amazon,
Mm-hmm.
look at similar products and look at the reviews. Look at the reviews and you can filter the reviews to see good reviews, bad reviews,
Mm-hmm.
speed reviews, or fulfillment reviews. And you can pick one of the reviews and see what people are giving feedback as far as, hey, this was good, but I did not like the quality, or
Mm-hmm.
this was good, but I did not like the taste, or this was good, but I did not like that. And you can move it like that. And the third thing that you can do is you can use Google Trends.
Mm-hmm.
I like to use Google Trends. Google Trends kind of tell you which way the market is going, and you can get in front of the market, in front of the tradition.
Mm-hmm.
Um, 2 more things you could do is go to Amazon, go to bestseller, go to trendy products,
And now there's
and you can
TikTok
see,
too.
and go to TikTok to see what's trending,
Mm-hmm.
and you get an idea of what it is. But when it comes to choosing a winning product, make sure you find something that's easy to fulfill.
Right.
You know, ships quickly, easy to fulfill, and you know, just be careful of the big stuff and the stuff that has tech stuff because they break or they come off a little cheap sometimes.
However, it's still a great industry to
So
tap into.
yeah, because these mics were a winning product,
Winning
and they're
product.
going crazy on TikTok right now, and they tech, right?
Right. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, even our ring lights and stuff like that are
All of
winning
that stuff.
products.
All of them are winning products. So if you if you
Sell what you use.
right, that's the big one. Sell what you use.
Sell what you use.
And you know, we're in an industry where, you know, selling what you use sells.
Yeah.
You know, user generated content.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you know, they're paying individuals like us, which is normal people, to use these products because they want a genuine, authentic testimonial about the product compared to doing advertisement, and all of those work too. But nowadays they're paying a lot of money for people to just, hey, I need your real input about this mic, these ring lights, this computer, etc.
Yeah, that's awesome. So first secret is find a winning product, and I have a checklist that you can use to find a winning product. I'm gonna drop that checklist. I'm gonna share the PDF link for that, and you'll be able to download that. I'll put the link down in the comment section. Guys, if you're getting some value from this, please just make sure you like and share this. We appreciate it. We're a new podcast, but we're not new to the game. We've been here a long time. We just haven't been with you. So we hope we can grow together with you. Definitely. So remember to like and share this, and make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. What would you say secret number 2 is for somebody who want to make money online, working from home without quitting their job? Secret number 2.
Okay, so you figured out what the winning product is, or you figured out, you know, I'm going to brand myself in the winning product, whatever it is. You figured out number 1. Number 2 is distribution. Distribution in a lot of sense. It's not just distribution about how the product is going to get to the person's house. However, that's
like
part
fulfillment.
Of it. That's fulfillment.
Yeah.
It's about, okay, what social media networks am I going to use to promote this? You know, and the work that's going to go behind it, which is like the marketing aspect. And what else?
You know, when I hear you say distribution, what I think about is I think about Facebook. I think about Mark Zuckerberg because Mark Zuckerberg became a multi-billionaire from Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
and Facebook did not have a product.
Yeah.
Right. What made him a lot of money was he had a distribution network
Mm-hmm.
of millions of people,
Mm-hmm.
and then he knew what those people liked.
Mm-hmm.
He knew what they wanted.
Over time.
He knew what they hated, and he
Right.
knew what their interests were.
Right.
And because he had that information, advertisement companies pay him money
Right.
to move products.
Right.
So when I hear distribution, I think about a network. So are you saying use social media to create a network, use your contacts to create a network to move these products?
Definitely. So for example, if you found like there's a popular puppy product, which is the thing that you can walk with. It has the water at the bottom of it, and all you would do is squeeze the water, and the puppy would be able to drink the water from the spout. And it's something that you can travel with. So what would you do if you found that product? First of all, you would go find the person or the company or the behind the scenes people who will actually deliver the products to the individuals, the customers. But how would you find that? You would have to research and make sure that you have a good vendor.
When you say research, like, what do you mean? Like, go to AliExpress and look
You
it
would go
up?
to AliExpress. Like, that's why Google is important with research. You would go to AliExpress and you would check for vendors. You would make sure that you have vendors who are reliable. You would read the comments about them. You would order a product for yourself, and make sure that it came on time. Make sure that it came in a packaging that you like. So boom, you got your product. Now the distribution aspect of it is, okay, I got my product. Now what do I do with it? It's up to you. You can go on social media. You can present the product, show them how to use it. You don't have to show your face, but you can show your face too. You would show them, okay, well, you squeeze it, the puppy came, and now the puppy is drinking from it. And if you want to go purchase it, the link is in the store, right? Once you do that, it's the people who see those things are going to like, they're going to comment, they're going to do that. Now, another distribution effect is understanding that if the customers like it, how are you going to keep them coming back for more? So now it's creating an email list, is now creating some form of network so that they could keep coming back for more, so that you don't have to keep redoing over and over and over again.
So basically, distribution is you creating your own list of contacts, or you creating your own network where you can continue marketing to those people and keep promoting to those people. Basically.
So distribution has so many layers to it, because that part is the marketing aspect of distribution. You understand? And then there's distribution of the fulfillment aspect of distribution. So it's just like a whole bunch of components.
What would you say to somebody who said, hey, I have a winning product, but I don't have the money to go sell this product, and I don't know anybody right now in this day and age? What would you say to that person?
Okay,
I don't know anybody, and I ain't got no money to pay nobody to market for me.
That's where drop shipping come in hand.
No, they already have a product.
They already have the
but
product.
They don't know nobody to buy it, and they don't have any money to spend to do advertisement.
TikTok is like pure advertisement. Listen, TikTok is the new short version to me of YouTube.
Yeah.
If I want to, I'm telling you, if I want to make spaghetti with ground meat, back then I used to go to look for that on YouTube. However, I would have to watch a 10, 15, 20-minute video to get to the results. On TikTok, it gives you a 60, 30-second video on exactly what to do. So now if I had a winning product or have the product and I said I wanted to promote it and I don't have no money for advertisement, I would promote it on TikTok.
So basically what you're saying is TikTok is a way to reach millions of people from making free content and just posting about it. So you basically don't need no money. No. You don't need no big budget. What if they don't have no followers on TikTok?
That's okay, because what happens is if you have that winning product and you're able to do a good review or a commercial in a sense of it, people will flock to you. That's what TikTok does. Just make sure that you're using the right SEOs. Just make sure that you're using the right caption, the right hashtags. They will flock to you. I've seen individuals who started TikTok from zero and grew their TikTok to like millions of followers with just one product.
Yeah, your cousin does that. Your cousin, she started TikTok before us, and back in 2020, and we stopped. And she right now is about close to like 500,000.
Right.
Where she's making
some bags.
She's making some bags from there.
She sent me a screenshot of.
Yeah, she sent a screenshot
of the money she pulled out.
She's paying her bills and more.
Right. So it's like there's no excuses. There's really no excuses. There's people who are able to make money with $0. It's just how convinced are you with yourself that you're gonna be consistent and stick to it?
So for somebody who want to market their product
Mm-hmm.
on social media, let's say TikTok, for example,
Mm-hmm.
you mentioned, using SEOs and hashtags.
Mm-hmm.
What if they don't know nothing about SEOs and hashtags? Like, how can they, because I know SEOs are important on TikTok. How can they get the SEO and hashtag game down pat?
Back then I used to say Google. Now I say now I say ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT. It's like,
So give me an example. Like, what would you?
so if I had this puppy product, I would tell ChatGPT exactly what I have. Hey, I have this puppy.
It's a puppy leash.
A puppy
doggy.
water bottle.
It's a water bottle.
It was a water bottle.
Okay,
You
it's a puppy
squeeze
water
it.
bottle.
Yeah, it's a
portable water bottle.
A puppy portable water bottle. Whatever the exact description of it is, I will put in ChatGPT. Hey, I have a water bottle that has a spout for a puppy, and I want to promote it on TikTok, and I would like and so if you created a video, I would also explain the video. I'd say, I created this video, and this video shows that the dog is walking to the spout. After I squeeze it, the dog is drinking it, etc. Like, I would give it so much details. Like, I need exactly what I need. And I would ask it, hey, give me the top 10 SEOs that I need to attach to this video. Give me the top 10 hashtag that I would attach to this video based off TikTok algorithm.
And it would spit all that stuff back out.
Spit all of it out.
I think we're doing that right now.
Yeah.
It would guys, this stuff works.
It does work. It would spit all of it out.
That's cool. I like that. So basically, winning product and distribution network, which you can build using your content. You can build using a list, build through your personal own network, fulfillment,
all of that.
Right. Okay. So number 3, what's the third secret for somebody who want to make money online working from home? What's secret number 3? We have winning product, we have distribution. What would you say secret number 3 is now?
We're in an era of content creation is cash is king. And so
wait, say it again.
We are in an era where content creation is cash, it's king.
Oh, content creation is cash.
It's king.
And it's king.
Right. And so for you to market your product and be able to monetize your product. So step 3 is monetization. Is making sure that I have this product, I'm able to fulfill it. I did the distribution. I got, if you're going the route of email list and etc., I got all of that set up. But now I need to make the money from it.
Right.
So monetization is number 3. You have to be able to monetize what it is that you got. And in order for you to monetize, you need people to see or hear that you have it.
Right, which is promoting.
Or you're just gonna just have one for yourself and that's it.
Right. You're gonna have a garage or a storage facility,
you know what I'm saying?
Full of products.
Right. So it's about monetization. It's just about making sure that your systems are ready or they're there for you to be able to maximize on your monetization as well. So you have the product, you have the distribution outlet. Now it's about making money. How are you going to make money? One of the biggest ways that I was talking about in this era is content creation. You don't have to show your face. You can just show the product, but creating content around it, blogs, YouTube, TikTok, talk about it on a podcast, talk about it to a friend, go around your community and sell it. A lot of times we're busy trying to sell to the world, not realizing like your community probably needs exactly what you do, what you have. And so, marketing it that way. So it's monetization. That's also a form of content creation and marketing.
I like what you said. With monetization, there's a system for it.
Yeah.
It's not just making content and talking about it. There's a system, which is, hey, do you have a landing page? Do you have your product page? Do you have testimonials on that page? Do you have some type of way to capture their email so you can follow up?
Right.
Do you have an upsell to boost that order, to boost that cart value?
Right.
Do you have a post sell? Do you have a campaign where you're going to sell them something after that? So monetization is a whole process.
It's a whole process. Like each step is a whole process. The number one from finding your product is a process.
Yeah.
Distribution, that's a process. Monetization is a process. Everything is like you have all these 3 things and there's like A, and then A got like 10 steps. Then you got B, and then B got like 10 steps.
Yeah.
And what used to happen to us is we would try to create all those things from scratch.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you right now, if you have the funds, you pay for a coach.
Yeah.
You pay for a mentor. And make sure you research your coach, make sure you research your mentor. However, if you got to bootstrap it, there's Google and now there's ChatGPT. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And there's also TikTok. TikTok, well, you might have to watch like 10, 20 videos, but you can watch the 10, 20 videos and come out with something. And don't overthink it. We
Right.
we overthought a lot of things.
Yeah.
And that leads to procrastination. That leads to paralysis analysis. It just leads to a whole bunch of stuff. So it's
Yeah.
like you would rather figure it out along the way than keep thinking about it and not do nothing.
Yeah. I love that what you said, get a coach or a mentor. There's a book called Who Not How, by Dan Sullivan. And inside of that book, he says when you ask how, you get more problems because you have to start solving and thinking about things. But when you ask who, you get answers and solutions. And a lot of times people want to try to figure it out themselves and they crash and burn, crash and burn, crash
And
and
they
burn,
quit.
and they waste time.
They quit.
And one of the things that we've learned is, hey, go find the who, because when you have the who, you're paying for the learning curve. You're paying for the experience and the wisdom and the guidance of somebody who has done it before. So whereas it's going to take you 3 weeks to watch videos and then implement it yourself, that's great. But you can pay somebody, you know,
And cut those 3
invest
weeks in half.
and cut that 3 weeks in half where you
Right.
don't have to get the headache, you don't have to lose sleep,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have to throw your life out of balance.
Right.
So, I think a lot of people right now, they're going through that out of balance life, and their life is out of balance because they're trying to do everything. And then you're going through a learning curve where you don't know how to do something in that step that you're taking. And that kind of backs you up and stresses you out. So now you go home and you start kicking your dog, you start smacking your kids around, you start doing all types of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Because you're
You're not
frustrated.
reaching your goal. You're not
Reaching your goal.
right.
So, invest forward, invest into where you want to go, and whatever you've learned and acquired, share that behind you with somebody who's coming up. And that's one of the reasons why we wanted to do this episode, because, we sat there and we went through our analytics, and I was like, babe, the videos that really, really did well on our search page was the videos where we were sharing our story about our process.
Yeah.
Meaning our failures, the things that we had to figure out, the pains, the disappointments, the losing of the business, the losing the money, the losing the relationships, and then how we coped with that, how we balanced it out, and how we kind of just kept it together and just stayed focused.
Right.
So we wanted to make this video to kind of help out with that, to say, hey, there's still hope. There's still a chance for you to achieve that goal, and there's still a chance for you to be the hero in your family, and take care of your family and your wife and kids, or whatever you want to do.
Definitely.
So in kind of closing, is there anything you would want to close out by saying? I know you mentioned that before you get into those 3 secrets, that somebody gotta make sure they kind of just know who they are. Now that they got the 3 secrets, what would you recommend? So they know who they are, they know the 3 secrets, how they can make money online. What would you say that they need to have behind that to close them out?
Take action. Do it.
Take action.
Just do it. Just you don't want to be in the regretful process of I shoulda, coulda, woulda. Just do it. And try as much as possible to stick to it. Do it and stick to it.
Yeah.
If in the process while you're doing it, you're like, it's not for me, that's cool. But you wanna finish off saying, I did it, I tried it, I accomplished this from it. And if you change or you pivot, then you can say I move, and it just wasn't part of what I wanted to do anymore. That's fine. You don't want to have any open gaps of I wonder if I had stuck to this, where I would be. So I would say that. And I would say that.
That's the regret.
Yeah. So just do it, because there's people who are far less knowledgeable, or far less who don't really have vision, who would just wake up one day and say, I'm gonna go make scrunchies. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna cut stockings, and they're crushing it. And I'm gonna go make scrunchies, and they ended up building $1 million business. And it's like, don't doubt yourself. You if it's in you, you can do it. If you're alive, you can do it.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. I would add to that. Work on your mentals.
Oh yeah.
Have a disciplined plan to work on your mentals and stick to that,
Mhm.
because your level of income or the level of success you reach externally will
Mhm.
never exceed the level of development that you are internally. So you are a reflection of that on the outside.
Mhm.
So if there's chaos internally, you're gonna have chaos outside. So work on your mentals internally so you can reflect that externally. Right? You're always gonna get problems, but you gotta get stronger, you gotta grow bigger, and you gotta get mentally tougher. So
Mhm.
I will share that. So,
Yeah.
with that being said, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Top three secrets for you to make money online without quitting your job. And
Mhm.
these secrets can go on for a couple years, 2024, 2025, basically, and beyond.
Mhm.
Right. So, with that being said,
Yeah,
we
that's
out.
it. We
We out.
out.
Peace. So we'll see
Later.
you guys next Thursday. Later.
Definitely.
Cool. You did good. I like that. Your energy just went whoop once
Yeah,
you started
because I
talking about.
already know that.
You already know
I
that?
already knew that I was supposed to switch up.
Oh yeah, I like that.